Above the clouds, there was a beautiful fairy kingdom called Aurora. King William ruled the kingdom with wisdom and kindness. Beside him was Queen Stella, loved by every fairy in Aurora. Together, King William and Queen Stella ruled Aurora with honesty, peace, love, and care. One magical night, beneath the glowing moon and shining stars, a beautiful princess was born. They named her Sofia. The entire kingdom celebrated the birth of their beloved princess. As Sofia started growing, King William and Queen Stella continued to rule Aurora with honesty, peace, love, and care. Sofia loved watching her parents help the people. She dreamed of becoming a kind ruler just like them one day. One sunny morning, Sofia flapped her wings and lifted off the ground for the very first time. As she flew among the flowers, she noticed a small butterfly lying on the ground with an injured wing. Sofia carefully picked up the butterfly. Suddenly, the butterfly's wing healed completely. Watching from nearby, Sofia's grandmother smiled and said, "Sofia, this is a rare gift called healing magic." Soon, Sofia used her gift to help others throughout the kingdom. From that day on, everyone lovingly called her the Healing Princess. Years passed, and Princess Sofia grew into a kind, intelligent, and talented young fairy. Her healing magic became stronger with every passing year. Soon it was time for Sofia to begin her studies at the famous Fairy Prince and Princess Academy. On her first day, Sofia saw a fairy girl sat alone under a crystal tree. Her name was Lily. Lily was shy and afraid to talk to anyone. Sofia walked over and sat beside her. "Would you like to be my friend?" Sofia asked with a smile. Lily's face brightened and the two quickly became friends. Later that day, the students gathered in the flying practice hall. A cheerful fairy girl named Annie loved showing off her flying skills. "I can fly faster than anyone," she proudly said. Annie flew higher and higher through the hall, but suddenly she accidentally hit a crystal wall and fell to the ground. The students gasped. Annie's wing was hurt. Sofia quickly ran to her side. Suddenly, a warm golden light flowed from her hands and her injured wing was completely healed. Slowly, Annie opened her eyes and looked at Sofia and said, "Thank you, Sofia." From that day, Sofia, Lily, and Annie became close friends. During a classroom activity, a friendly fairy boy named John joined their team. By the end of the day, the four were laughing, talking, and having fun together. The next morning, Sofia, Lily, Annie, and John arrived at the Fairy Academy excited for a new day. During history class, Professor Celestia used magic to show famous places across Aurora. The students watched in amazement as magical images appeared above the classroom. Suddenly, a beautiful waterfall appeared. The water shimmered with silver and blue light.
Wow! It is so beautiful!
But the professor suddenly looked serious. "This is the Vale Waterfall. No fairy is ever allowed to go there." The classroom became silent. The four friends looked at one another in confusion. Why would such a beautiful place be forbidden? As the school day ended, Sofia couldn't stop thinking about the mysterious waterfall, and deep inside her heart, she wanted to discover its secret. One peaceful evening, after returning home from the Fairy Academy, Sofia walked through the palace garden. She saw her grandmother sitting on a garden bench, enjoying the beautiful nature, colorful butterflies, and peaceful evening air. Excitedly, Sofia ran toward her and sat beside her. Grandma smiled warmly. Sofia excitedly told her everything about the academy, her teachers, and her friends Lily, Annie, and John. Grandma listened carefully and talked to her happily. Then Sofia remembered something. "Grandma, do you know anything about the Vale Waterfall?" she asked. Suddenly, Grandma's smile disappeared. Her face became sad and worried. Grandma slowly stood up from the bench. Without saying a single word, she walked back into the palace. Sofia watched her in confusion. If you're enjoying Sofia's adventure, subscribe to the channel and join us for the next chapter of The Crystal Heart. Grandma slowly walked back to her room. She sat quietly on her bed. Tears filled her eyes as she remembered something from many years ago. Long ago, Grandma had a daughter named Wince. Wince was the queen of a nearby kingdom. She had a little son named Mark. One day, Wince came to visit Aurora with Mark. She spent time with her mother, her brother William, and his wife Stella.
He grows so fast.
A few days later, Wince decided to take Mark to see the beautiful Vale waterfall. Mark had never seen the waterfall before. He was very excited.
Wow! It is beautiful!
Yes, it is.
The water sparkled in the sunlight, and colorful butterflies flew around them. Wince sat under a tree and read a book while the soldiers watched nearby. Everything was calm and peaceful, but suddenly the water became worse. The waterfall became bigger and louder. Little Mark accidentally fell into the water. Wince quickly dropped her book and ran toward the waterfall.
Mark! Where are you? Please answer me!
How hard they searched, they could not find him.
Mark!
Days passed, but there was no sign of Mark. The soldiers searched everywhere. They searched near the waterfall, through the forests, and along the rivers, but they could not find him. Weeks passed, then months passed. Wince waited every day, hoping her son would return, but Mark never came home. Grandma stayed by her daughter's side and tried to comfort her. King William and Queen Stella also supported her, but nothing could ease Wince's pain. As the years passed, the kingdom slowly returned to normal. People stopped talking about the accident. Life moved on. But Wince could not move on. She missed her son every single day. Whenever she saw children playing, she remembered Mark. Her heart filled with sadness. Year after year, she continued to wait, but Mark never returned. Slowly, her sadness began to turn into anger. One day, she stood before her family with tears in her eyes. "Why has everyone forgotten my son?" she cried. The room fell silent. Grandma looked sad. King William and Queen Stella did not know what to say. Wince's tears continued to fall, and deep inside her heart, the pain only grew stronger. Wince's tears continued to fall. Suddenly, she turned and ran out of the room. She ran through the palace hall and went back to her room. Grandma, King William, and Queen Stella quickly followed her. Wince sat on her bed and cried softly. Grandma gently sat beside her. William and Stella stood nearby. The room was quiet. Then William spoke softly. "Wince, we never forgot Mark." Wince looked up with tears in her eyes. "Then why does nobody talk about him?" she asked. Queen Stella stepped forward. "We stopped talking about that day because it always made you sad. Every time we talked about Mark, it hurt you. We thought staying silent would help you feel better." Wince lowered her head, but instead of feeling better, she became even more upset. She stood up from the bed. "So everyone decided to forget him?" she cried. "No," Grandma replied quickly. "We never forgot him. He is part of our family, and we miss him every day." But Wince could not believe their words. The pain in her heart was too strong. Days passed, but Wince's anger kept growing. She could not stop thinking about Mark. She missed him every day. Slowly, the kind and loving Wince began to change. Her anger became stronger and stronger. Whenever she used her magic, flowers began to die. Beautiful plants lost their color. Magical trees became weak. Birds flew away. Small animals became scared and hid in the forest. The magical kingdom was slowly changing.
Wince, please, just take a deep breath.
We only want to help you.
Please, listen to us.
But Wince would not listen. She was too angry and too hurt. Every day, more flowers, trees, and magical creatures were affected by her magic. King William knew something had to be done.
We must find a way to help Wince.
His magic is fading fast,
We must find the good fairy witch.
but she has been missing for years.
She is our only hope now.
The next day, King William called the good fairy witch to the palace. When she arrived, William, Stella, and Grandma told her everything about Wince. They told her about Mark's disappearance. They told her how Wince's sadness had slowly turned into anger. The good fairy witch listened carefully. Then she raised her crystal wand and closed her eyes. A warm golden light filled the room. She used her magic to learn more about Wince. The witch became worried. Then she used a powerful prediction spell. A magical vision appeared before her. King William, Queen Stella, and Grandma watched silently. Suddenly, the witch saw something shocking. Wince was standing near the Vale waterfall. Powerful magic surrounded her. The waterfall began to shake. Cracks appeared around it. The good fairy witch quickly opened her eyes. Everyone looked at her with fear. Wince plans to destroy the Vale waterfall, she said. Everyone was shocked. The Vale waterfall is the heart of Auroria. If it is destroyed, the kingdom will lose its magic. The forest will die. And Auroria itself may be destroyed. The room became silent. The good fairy witch looked at everyone. We must stop Wince immediately, she said. Then the witch asked, Where is Wince now? Grandma replied, She was in the palace garden. Without wasting any time, King William, Queen Stella, Grandma, and the good fairy witch hurried to the garden. They searched everywhere, but Wince was not there. The good fairy witch raised her crystal wand. She closed her eyes and used her magic. A glowing vision appeared before her. Inside the vision, they saw Wince walking toward the Vale waterfall. Wince is heading toward the Vale waterfall, she said. We must reach her before it is too late. The good fairy witch took a deep breath. There is only one way. We must lock Wince inside the crystal heart. The crystal heart is hidden inside a secret cave behind the Vale waterfall. If Wince is locked inside it, her dangerous magic will no longer harm the kingdom. Grandma's eyes filled with tears. She is my daughter, she said softly. Queen Stella looked heartbroken. How can we do that to our own family? The good fairy witch lowered her head. I know this is painful. But if we leave her now, the Vale waterfall will be destroyed. And if the waterfall is destroyed, the whole kingdom will be destroyed. They did not want to hurt Wince, but they also knew they had to save the kingdom. Using their magical powers, they quickly began their journey to the Vale waterfall. Meanwhile, Wince was already getting closer to her destination. Wince stood angrily in front of the Vale waterfall. Her eyes were filled with pain and anger. This waterfall took my son away from me. She raised her hands and used her powerful magic. The waterfall began to shake. The ground trembled. Cracks started to appear around the waterfall. At that moment, King William, Queen Stella, Grandma, and the good fairy witch arrived. Wince, stop! King William shouted. Please listen to us, Grandma begged. But Wince refused to listen. The good fairy witch stepped forward. She raised her crystal wand high into the air. A bright golden light filled the sky. Suddenly, a glowing crystal heart rose out from inside the waterfall. Everyone watched in amazement. The crystal heart floated above the waterfall, shining with magical light. The good fairy witch used all of her magical power. A powerful beam of light surrounded Wince. Wince tried to break free, but the witch's magic was too strong. Slowly, Wince was pulled toward the crystal heart. The crystal heart opened and sealed Wince safely inside. The waterfall became calm once again. Grandma looked at the crystal heart sadly. King William and Queen Stella stood silently beside her. The good fairy witch then used her magic to move the crystal heart into the secret cave behind the waterfall. After that, she created a magical crystal door to hide the cave forever. No one would be able to find it. Although the kingdom was safe, they had lost someone they loved. With heavy hearts, they returned to the palace. Back in the present, Grandma slowly opened her eyes. She was sitting alone in her room. The memories of that day still filled her heart with sadness. Outside, Sofia was still wondering why Grandma became upset when she asked about the Vale waterfall. If you're enjoying Sofia's adventure, subscribe to the channel and join us for the next chapter of the Crystal Heart. Sofia sat quietly in the palace garden, wondering why Grandma looked so sad. After a while, she decided to check on Grandma. She walked toward Grandma's room and gently opened the door a little. Inside, Grandma looked sad and worried. Sophia realized that Grandma was still upset. She did not want to disturb her. So she quietly closed the door and walked toward her own room. As she passed the palace stairs, she noticed something shining near the entrance of an old storage room. Curious, Sophia walked closer. On the floor, she found a small silver anklet with a beautiful blue crystal. The anklet looked old, but it was still shining. Sophia had never seen it before. She picked it up and looked at it carefully. Who does this belong to? She wondered. Not wanting to bother anyone, Sophia quietly took the anklet to her room. The next morning, she went to school and met her friends Jack, Lily, and Annie. She showed them the anklet and told them everything that had happened the previous evening. She told them about Grandma becoming upset when she asked about the Vale waterfall. She also told them about finding the strange anklet. The friends became very curious. Jack looked at the anklet for a moment. Then he looked at Sophia. Sophia, I think that the Vale waterfall might be connected to your family, he said. That's why nobody wants to talk about it. And that's probably why fairies are not allowed to go there. Sophia looked surprised. The mystery was becoming bigger than she had ever imagined. After school was over, Sophia, Jack, Lily, and Annie gathered in the park near their school.
We should visit the Vale waterfall to discover the truth behind the mystery.
But the Vale waterfall is guarded by soldiers. Fairies are not allowed to go near it. Yes, getting close to the waterfall will be very difficult. Let's meet here early Sunday morning. We will travel to the Vale waterfall together. We are ready for our adventure!
The four friends were ready for their adventure. They had no idea what dangers were waiting for them. Sunday morning arrived. Sophia, Jack, Lily, and Annie met at the park as planned. Excited about their adventure, they began their journey toward the forest.
Are you guys ready for our big adventure?
I've been waiting for this all week.
Let's go! The magical forest awaits.
As they walked deeper into the forest, they saw many beautiful plants, colorful flowers, and magical creatures. Everything seemed peaceful. After traveling halfway through the forest, they noticed a large warning board. The sign read, "No one is allowed beyond this point." The four friends looked at each other. For a moment, they hesitated, but their curiosity was stronger than their fear. They decided to continue their journey. As they moved deeper into the forest, a distant sound reached their ears. It was the sound of rushing water. They followed the sound. Quickly, they hid behind it. Carefully peeking through the leaves, they finally saw the Vale waterfall. The waterfall was even more beautiful than they had imagined. Sophia noticed something. Two soldiers were standing in front of the waterfall. The soldiers were guarding the area.
Those soldiers are blocking the entrance.
What if we create a
The
distraction?
four friends began thinking of a way to distract the soldiers. Sophia, Jack, Lily, and Annie sat quietly behind the bush, thinking of a way to get past the soldiers. Suddenly, the bush moved. One of the soldiers noticed it. "Who's there?" he called out. Slowly, the soldier walked toward the bush. The four friends became nervous. As the soldier came closer, he suddenly saw them. Before he could say anything, Sophia quickly took a small packet of magical sleeping powder from her bag. She threw the powder on the soldier's face. Within seconds, he became dizzy and fell asleep. The second soldier saw what happened and quickly ran toward them. Lily stepped forward. Using her magical power, she created a glowing rope. The magical rope wrapped around the soldier and tied him to a nearby tree. The soldier struggled, but he could not escape. The four friends hurried toward the Vale waterfall. As they got closer, they admired its beauty. Then Annie noticed
Look! There is something
behind the waterfall
water.
she could see the entrance to a hidden cave. Sophia, Jack, Lily, and Annie carefully flew toward the hidden cave behind the Vale waterfall.
This place is beautiful.
Then why is it forbidden?
As they entered, they were amazed by what they saw. The cave was covered with beautiful glowing crystals. Colorful lights reflected from the crystal walls, making the cave look magical. The four friends slowly walked deeper inside. After walking for some time, they discovered a large crystal glass door. There was a strange symbol carved into the center of the door.
I think we've seen this symbol before.
Suddenly, Sophia remembered something. Quickly, she took the silver anklet with the blue crystal out of her bag. The symbol on the anklet was exactly the same as the symbol on the door. Sophia carefully placed the anklet into the symbol on the crystal door. The entire cave filled with magical light. A giant crystal heart floated in the center of a hidden chamber. Sophia, Jack, Lily, and Annie stood frozen in surprise. Sophia, Jack, Lily, and Annie stood in amazement as they looked at the giant crystal heart. The crystal heart glowed with beautiful pink light. Annie became very excited. Without thinking, she quickly flew toward the crystal heart. They stopped her, but Annie was too excited. She gently touched the crystal heart. Suddenly, the entire cave began to shake. The crystal heart started glowing brighter and brighter. The four friends became frightened. A powerful burst of magical energy filled the cave. Then something unbelievable happened. A figure slowly appeared from inside the crystal heart. It was Queen Wince. She had finally been released. Queen Wince looked around with anger in her eyes. Years of sadness and anger were still inside her heart. Without saying a word, she quickly flew out of the cave. The four friends stood frozen in shock. They had no idea who she was, but they knew something was terribly wrong. The four friends immediately flew as fast as they could toward the palace. If you're enjoying Sophia's adventure, subscribe to the channel and join us for the next chapter of the Crystal Heart. They flew as fast as they could toward the palace. They were frightened by everything that had happened inside the crystal cave.
Father! Mother! Grandma! Please
They
come
explained
quickly!
how they secretly visited the Veil waterfall, discovered the hidden cave, found the crystal heart, and accidentally released the mysterious fairy queen. Sophia lowered her head. "I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Mom. We should have listened to everyone," she said softly. Then Sophia asked, "Who is she?" King William, Queen Stella, and Grandma suddenly became nervous. The four friends could see fear in their eyes. King William slowly began telling the
Her
story.
name is Wince. She is Sophia's aunt.
He explained that many years ago, Wince's son, Mark, disappeared near the Veil waterfall. After losing her son, Wince became heartbroken and filled with anger. She tried to destroy the Veil waterfall. To stop her, they called a powerful fairy witch. In order to protect the kingdom, Wince was sealed inside the crystal heart. The room fell silent. Sophia, Jack, Lily, and Annie could hardly believe what they had heard. Outside the palace windows, dark clouds slowly began gathering over the kingdom. A new danger had begun. Suddenly, Sophia asked,
How can we stop her? How can we protect the kingdom?
Before anyone could answer, the palace doors suddenly burst open. A royal soldier rushed into the room. "Your Majesty," he shouted. "What happened?" King William asked. The soldier was breathing heavily. "Queen Wince has started attacking the kingdom. The whole kingdom is in fear." Everyone in the room was shocked. Sophia asked,
Where is the good fairy witch?
She is no longer alive.
Everyone was shocked. Sophia could hardly believe it.
Princess, stop!
Without saying another word, she suddenly flew out of the palace. She was determined to find Wince. Jack, Lily, and Annie quickly followed her. Far away, dark clouds covered the kingdom as danger continued to grow. They searched everywhere for Queen Wince. Finally, they found her near the forest. Wince was using her powerful magic. She began destroying the forest. Trees fell one after another as magical energy spread across the land. Sophia, Jack, Lily, and Annie watched in shock. They could not believe the destruction happening before their eyes. Suddenly, Sophia quickly flew toward Queen Wince.
Sophia, wait!
But Sophia did not stop.
Aunt Wince, please
Her
stop.
eyes were filled with anger. Jack, Lily, and Annie watched nervously from a distance. Would Wince listen to Sophia, or would her anger take control once again?
Aunt Wince, please stop.
Why should I stop?
Because people are getting hurt.
Was anyone there when my son got hurt? That place took everything from me.
Sofia looked into Wince's eyes and saw her pain. At that moment, Sofia realized something important. Wince was suffering inside. She was destroying it because her heart was filled with pain and grief.
I don't know about Mark, but I know he wouldn't want
Wince
this.
fell silent. For the first time, her anger began to fade. She slowly thought about Sofia's words.
For years, I blamed this kingdom. For years, I blamed the waterfall. But nothing brought my son back.
Sofia watched quietly.
Don't worry, Aunt Wince. Mark will always be
Wince
with
looked
you.
at Sofia in surprise. For the first time in many years, her heart felt a little lighter. Wince stood silently, looking at the flowing water.
You don't have to carry this pain alone, Aunt Wince. Mark would want you to be happy.
Wince slowly closed her eyes. The golden healing light began to surround her. Slowly, Sofia's healing magic eased the pain inside Wince's heart. Sofia's healing magic could not bring Mark back. Sofia's healing magic had not changed the past, but it had healed a broken heart. Then Wince smiled, a real smile. The dark clouds above the kingdom disappeared. Sunlight filled the sky once again. Jack, Lily, and Annie cheered happily. Soon King William, Queen Stella, and Grandma arrived. Grandma hugged Wince tightly. After many years, their family was finally together again. At that moment, Sofia learned something important. True healing is helping someone find peace and happiness again. And the kingdom lived happily ever after.